From Neural Newscast, this is Model Behavior, AI-focused news and analysis on the models shaping our world.
Welcome to Model Behavior. I'm Nina Park. This is our daily technology briefing, where we examine how AI systems are built, deployed, and operated in professional environments. Today is July 7th, 2026.
And I'm Thatcher Collins. Today, we're analyzing two major model releases from China that are significantly undercutting the price of American frontier models, alongside a first-of-its-kind regulatory move in the state of Illinois.
We begin with reports from The Atlantic regarding Z.ai's new model, GLM-5.2. It is being characterized as China's answer to Claude Code, the agentic assistant from Anthropic. Thatcher, while Vercel's CEO called its coding performance shocking, the real story is the price point. It is reportedly several times cheaper than top US offerings, while leaping ahead of Google Gemini in several agentic benchmarks.
Nina, this arrives just as American firms are starting to experience AI sticker shock. Reports indicate Uber exhausted its 2026 Anthropic budget in just a few months, and Citi reportedly had to limit access to high-cost models. If GLM-5.2 can perform agentic tasks like writing complex code at a fraction of the cost, the economic pressure on OpenAI and Anthropic becomes much more intense.
Market data seems to support that shift. Research from RAND shows that after cheap models launched in 2025, global web traffic to Chinese models jumped from 3 to 13% in just 2 months. On platforms like OpenRouter, Chinese models now represent 6 of the most popular options available. It suggests that for many developers, cost efficiency is beginning to outweigh the geographic origin of the model.
There is a massive security question here, Nina. Using these models means potentially sending sensitive corporate data through Chinese infrastructure. While companies like Coinbase claim they've cut AI spending in half by defaulting to models like GLM 5.2, the geopolitical risk of data harvesting or federal regulation in the United States remains a significant barrier for wider enterprise adoption. Parallel to the Z.ai release, Tencent has launched Hunyuan Hy3. This is a 295 billion parameter model using a mixture of experts, or MOE, architecture. In a departure from the closed-source trend of GPT 5.5 or Claude Opus, Tencent is releasing Hy3 under an Apache 2.0 license, making it one of the most significant open-source releases of the year. That MOE architecture is the key to its efficiency, Nina. Even with nearly 300 billion parameters, it only activates about 21 billion for any given prompt. Tencent is specifically positioning this for reliable AI agents in production. By giving developers an open-source model that rivals the reasoning of closed models, they are directly challenging the narrative that you must pay a premium for high-tier reasoning.
Switching to policy, Illinois Governor JB Pritzker signed Senate Bill 315 yesterday. The Chicago Tribune reports this is the first law in the nation to require independent safety audits for large AI developers. The law applies to any developer with more than $500 million in annual gross revenue, forcing them to publish explanations of catastrophic risks and how those risks are managed.
The timeline is also notable. While the audit requirements take effect in January 2028, the reporting rules are strict. Companies must report critical safety incidents to the state within 72 hours of discovery. Nina, this is much more aggressive than the voluntary frameworks we've seen at the federal level. Pritzker mentioned that where the federal government is slow to act, states must step in.
Interestingly, both Anthropic and OpenAI supported the Illinois bill. They see it as codifying the safety practices they already claim to follow voluntarily. However, the law includes heavy fines, up to $1 million for a first violation and $3 million for subsequent ones, and creates internal whistleblower protections. It effectively moves AI safety from a trust me model to a legally enforceable framework.
It's a strategic move by Illinois to lead the regulatory conversation, especially with House Speaker Emanuel Welch critiquing a move fast and break things culture. With California and New York also considering major regulations, we are seeing the emergence of a state-led regulatory patchwork that could define how these models are deployed long before any federal consensus is reached.
Thank you for listening to Model Behavior. You can find more details and our full archive at mb.neuralnewscast.com. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
This has been Model Behavior on Neural Newscast, examining the systems behind the story.